So we pull up, you see Beth, you see Roy, they sitting on Beth's porch. So my mama, she don't care. When she mad, she's mad. Once we pull up, bro, she say, get in the house, let's go now. So I was just like, I hope she saw them, but don't, lady, because I will act out, don't embarrass me. So she like, I gotta keep on going up to the school, going on other people's blocks. I'm tired of being able to sit up here and stand up for you all the time. So Beth and them looking. Beth and them looking to get her attention, so they looking. So I'm looking, I'm like, what you looking at? She like, you in trouble again. So my mama say, let's go. So I'm like, she said, she grabbed me straight up. We're like, you ain't that tough after all. My mama ain't saying nothing. Boom, I'll go inside the house. She said, you stay right here because I'm tired of you. She goes upstairs. She comes back with my dad's firefighter belt. Okay. Now this, you got to remember, this is not an ordinary belt. Okay. This is not your basic belt that you go buy to wear. This is a firefighter. It only come if you're a firefighter. It only come if you're a firefighter. My mama said, you want to play with me? She said, so since you like to make big choices and big decisions and you don't like to tell me what's going on before ahead of time, got me going through the fire not knowing what's going on, because you could have told me as soon as you came in the door what happened. So I'm like, Mom, but I didn't do, like, I legit didn't do nothing. She like, hold your hand out. So I'm like, Mom. She said, look, if I ask you, Roddy, I'm trying to give you a little bit of sympathy. I'm telling you, I'm going to ask you one more time to hold your hand out. You don't hold your hand out, I'm going to get the swinging. Anyway, as long as this belt connect, I'm going to swing. Now, I'm asking you nicely to hold your hand out. I'm like, but Mom, because this belt was thick. She said, Roshan, hold your hand out. So I held my hand out, but I had it out like this. I had my hand like this. She like, so you so worried about them women, huh? I'm like, but I'm not. She like, you're not allowed to have no girlfriend. I'm like, but Ma, that's her start. She, blah! That first hit, that was either life or it felt like, if that's, do birth feel like that? That, my whole hand went numb. Okay, you don't understand. I need you. You don't understand. Please Google. You don't understand how thick a firefighter belt is. And when somebody applying the pressure, when I'm telling you, my hand went from like this to, I'm talking about, have you ever felt the palm of your hand sweaty? Oh, it was sweaty. Oh, it was sweaty. She said, open it back. I'm like, Mom. So I tried to get her the other hand. She said, no. Matter of fact, since she want to play with me and you trying to confuse me, hold out both hands. So now, here come Mark. Mark coming up the stairs. Because when my mama first popped me, I yelled. I'm talking about, you would think that I was yelling for dear life. I yelled. I think I was. That hit, you got to put some respect on that hit. That hit, she didn't even cock all the way back. That hit just hit different. So Mark come up acting like he getting some to drink. He like, my mama say, Marky, back, stop trying to be nosy. He like, I'm thirsty. She say, you always thirsty. Come back up here again. You going to be right here next to him in this next very spot next to him. And I'm going to be weighing you out. You get that? He like, Dag, okay. She said, what you say? He said, I'm just saying, okay. She said, come here, Mark. Come here, because you know what? It's always your mouth. You don't know how to do this. If you knew how to do a lot of this, you would be super successful. You'll be super successful, but you do so much of this. You smart, but this right here gonna stop you. He like, but she said, get over here right now. So he was coming. So I felt nervous for him. He looking at me. I'm looking at him like, bro, don't even look at me. Like, my hand is sweat. My hand felt like it had arthritis. Okay? The way I'm still over here, I'm trying to like rub my hand cool, but it was still bringing heat. Man, he came in front of Mama. She said, Marky, stop playing with me. Get over here. He like, I'm talking about, he was like right here. She said, get over here. So he like, she said, Marky, closer. He like, now this is how close this man is. She pulled him closer. She said, don't you ever talk to me like that again. Don't say dang. Don't say anything you shouldn't say that ain't yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You got that? He said yes. And as he's saying yes, she said, boom, in his mouth. Like, I was right there, front row seat, okay, with the arthritis said, I was right there and I looked. He said, but Mark tried to be a man about it. He tried to eat it up. And that is what blew Mom. That blew Mom. Seeing him eat that. Seeing him eat that hit. And he, soon as he got hit, he said, I mean, he ate that. He ate that. He did not budge. He did not cry. He did not. He made face expressions. My mama said, oh, you think you tough? She took that belt and she went across. Now, Mark didn't have no shirt on. Now, this is when the game is not fair. He didn't have no shirt on. And she fought Mark whole back. He said, oh. She said, oh, you ain't tough no more. She wanted to hear him squeal. I think it was the fact that he ate that and she didn't like it. So I looked at her. In the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, we dealing with a different type of evilness, okay? We dealing with something different. We dealing with something totally different, that a different being that we don't even know, because even when she snapped, her eyes looked like it was about to pop out her head. The face expressions that I'm giving you, these are the face expressions she was making. So Mark was like, oh. I'm talking about the hit was, it was unreal, because he took that breath like, and I felt bad. I wanted to fight her because it was like, yo, if there was anybody else that did it to my brother, we would have been ready to lace up. I would have laced up my shoes and we would have got it going. But it's like, that's Mom. No. So I had to look at him go down like, dang, Toby. Like, man, like, I can't do nothing for you. So my mama like, now, like I said, don't come back up here. Bye, Marky. So Marky like, and he walks off. So she said, hold both of your hands out. She said, because now y'all got me hot. So my mama walks away as I got, this hand still hurt. I got my hand out like this. So she like, you better have them flat out. And she walks away. She come back, she have her drink. Now my mama liked to drink Canada Mist. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. But she liked to drink Canada Mist. Okay? Now this is like a hardcore drink. Okay? So like when she took to take a sip of that, it was like if we was being on the next round type, you know, like she come back, boom, she got her drink, she sips it, she puts it on the counter, my hands is out. She said, I'm tired of you. Do you understand me, Roshan? I'm like, she like, hold your hands out. If I miss, I'm going to double up. You got that? I'm like, okay. So I'm embracing myself like, all right, this hand kind of cooled down, but I can still feel a tingling sensation over there. So I got my hands out. It's cool. I see a hand go. I'm like, please. So I'm doing like this. I'm like, oh, she said, you better not move it. I'm like, so, you know, like now it's like, here you go. No, not. Here you go. No, not. Here you go. No, not. So I'm like, oh, God. She act like she was going to hit me, but I didn't move. I'm like, oh my God. She got me sweating like, lady, just hit me. So I'm like, she like, you better not budge. I'm like, I'm sorry. She like, I don't want to hear nothing from you until I tell you. I'm like, so I closed my eyes. When I closed my eyes, she came quick before I even opened it. It was wow, but the belt, the way she hit me, it crossed all of this. The whole part of both hands, like the thumb and everything. I'm like, I had like an inside spirit breakdown. This lady put me in another spirit realm. She broke me down on a different level. So like, I'm talking about got me. She only hit my hands, had my feet hot. I'm up there limping and jumping. She like, no, you think you tough. Put both of your hands back out. So I'm like, oh my, like in the back of my back, like you don't feel bad and I'm crying. Like you look like I'm every bit of a look of you. Like this is you looking at you. You don't feel bad that I feel like you got your leg back. Stop. She like, Cause you know what, you gonna learn. So I got it like this. She said, open up your hands. I'm like, it can't. It won't. So she start opening them up. She like, open them hands up. So she like, I'm telling you, Roshan, you're not gonna want me to put this belt all across your body because I'm not gonna stop. Because I'm tired of repeating myself. So I'm like, here we go. So I turned my head, right? I turned my head. She fire. But this one had a little bit of anything to it. I was like, I said the F word. She said, what? She come again with the belt like I wasn't even ready. I was still like talking. And she, bah, bah, with the belt. I'm like, ah, ah. So now I just immediately drop on the floor. I put my hands just like, lady, okay. She like, who you think you talking to? You talking to me? I'm like, no, it just hurt. She like, it don't supposed to feel good. That's how I feel. All that crying you doing on the floor and all of it, that's how I feel. That's how you make me feel every time somebody come and tell me my business. You my business. And you supposed to come tell me first. How people telling me my business outside in the street. So I'm looking, she like, get up. Get up. So I get up. All you hear is, what's that noise? That's Kayla looking down. And I'm like, she like, boo man, go in your room. He like, okay. And he runs off, right? So she tell me, get out of my face. I don't want to hear Brianna. I don't want to go back to that lady's house. You got that? You going to finish these. You going to finish this detention. Get rid of this detention. Get over with. You going to go to a regular school. And we going to get the show on the road. We not finna do this process. How you at the end and you finished, but you got yourself in a sticky situation. You're telling stories to me, acting like you at work, but you're going to go see a girl. You're going to go hang out with your friends. You're not grown. Do you get it? You're not grown, sir. If you want to be grown, you need to dot this door and leave and never come back. So I looked at her and I'm like, she like, bye, Roshan. You making me want to throw up just by looking at you. So I looked at her, I'm like, I was hurt. So I goes in my room, shut the door. So I'm like, well, she gonna need me one day. I'm never gonna be there for her, right? I'm hurt, right? Boom, I take a good nap. I do. I get up like, huh? My mama say, open the door. I open the door. She like, you hungry? I'm like, no, I'm not hungry. She like, why you can't do right, Roshan? I'm like, but what am I doing? And so she like, look, if they not your friends, they not your friends. Don't let people get you in trouble. People that's going to tell on you. People going to tell their mom. She told her mom what happened, but you don't tell your mom, so you got me going in that blind. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I'm like, yes, I understand where you're coming from. She like, I need you to think before you do. You're not thinking. And that's why I'm so angry. And I be so angry at you. Because when I look at the situation, it's like, come on. A 5-year-older can know how to get out of a situation. You have to think. You're not thinking. You're not using your brain at all. Do your elevator go all the way up? And so I'm looking at her. I don't know if she apologized or she coming in there to apologize and then underhand and then attack me. So I'm like, yes, it go up. She like, well, act like it. All I ask you to do is get out of this school and you'll be able to get all your things back. I looked at her. I said, okay. She like, get you some rest. Because you know you got to get up in the morning. I'm like, okay. So boom. I lay down. So I'm like, I'm going to get on my phone. I get on my phone. I hit Piper up, right? So she like, you didn't send me, you know what I'm saying? She telling me like, you didn't send me the address. I'm like, oh, I'm going to send you the address. I'm like, my mom. I'm like, wait, hold on. So I go in my closet. I'm like, you can hear me? She like, yeah. I'm like, man, my mom just whipped me with my dad's belt. I'm like, it's a firefighter belt. She like, your mom don't love you or something? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I miss you so much. She like, I miss you too. I'm like, so you gonna be my date tomorrow? I'm happy. She like, yeah. She like, so is this your friend party? I'm like, no. I'm like, it's a co-worker's party at my job. I'm like, so we're going to celebrate it. I'm like, but they give me and you enough time to hang. That's how I was thinking. Like, any free time I get, I want to hang with you too. So she was like, you just don't want to hang together? I'm like, nah, because my boss, she looking forward for me to come. She like, okay, I just come with you. Just send me the address. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm going to give you the address. Boom. I hang up the phone. Get off the phone. I'm chilling. I lay down. Boom, I hear. Now, look, these are hours later. I finally get a close in my eye. What's that noise? Oh. That's a light knock, like, whatever. So maybe that's that could be somebody knocking on the bathroom door. I'm thinking, like, that ain't my door. Then all I hear is, open the door. So I'm like, Caleb? So I open up the door. My mama like, Boo man, is that you? He like, yeah, I need to talk to Rody Dody. She like, what do you want? He like, Rody Dody. She like, it's late. So I open up the door. I'm like, what? He like, I need to talk to you. I'm like, talk to me here. He like, no, I have to talk to you in my room. I'm like, what? He like, I need to talk to you in my room. So my mama comes. She like, Boo man, why you not sleep? He like, I don't even got school. She say, that's not what I asked you. Why you not getting any rest? We have a busy day tomorrow. He like, because I can't sleep. I'm on a game. And I wanted to say something to Rody Dody. She said, what do you need to say to Rody Dody? Because Rody Dody is in trouble. So he like, oh, well, I can't tell you, Mom. She say, I don't know what's going on with y'all. I got 5 minutes. So she goes back in her room. So he like, so I'm like, what? So I'm walking like, man, I'm so tired of them getting me in a jam, getting me in trouble, everything. Like, leave me alone. Go far away. Sayonara, kick rocks. See you suck. Don't come back around here no more. A la vista. Okay? A la voyage. Leave me alone. Bye-bye. Okay? See you later. Why y'all keep messing with me? So I go in the room. He like, I'm like, he points to the window. I look at the window. Mark telling me to come out. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, he like, come outside. So I'm like, Mom is woke. So I'm outside the window. He on the patio. I'm like, Mom is woke. He like, what? I'm like, Mom is woke. He like, come outside. I'm like, so I go out the window, right? So Caleb like, I'm shutting my window. I'm like, Caleb, don't shut this window. He like, I'm finna play a prank on y'all. I'm like, Caleb, don't. He like, well, don't go out the window. Now, my body is halfway in the window, halfway out. So I'm like, I don't trust Caleb. I'm not, nope. So I put my body back inside. And I looked, I said, wait. He like, so he was out there doing that. I'm like, how did you get out there? He like, out of Caleb's room. I'm like, I said, you on your own. He like, bro, I'm like, bye. So I leave out, right? Straight up. I'm not, So my mama sees me coming out of Caleb's room. So she comes behind me. She like, what did he want? I'm like, he wanted to show me some of the computer. She like, you know what? House need to be shut down. I don't want to hear nobody going to nobody's doors. So my mama started checking rooms. So she come in my room. She like, okay, I see you here. You better not move. You got to get up early. Type, like, checking me out, like, boom, she go in Kayla's room. She like, don't come out this room in case you got to pee. She goes downstairs. Guess who's not in their primary position? Guess who's not in their spot? Marky. My mom, boom, boom, come up the stairs. Now, I'm laid out, finally found a comfortable spot on the floor. My mama come, I didn't lock the door. My mama come straight in the room. She say, where Marky at? I say, huh? She like, play with me if you want to. Where's Marky? I'm like, in his room? She like, he's not in his room. I'm like, well, I don't know where he is. She said, you know what? I'm tired of this. So she grabbed the phone. She told my dad to come home. Now, in my mind, I'm like, how am I going to let Marky know mama is up? How is it? I can't, because she's roaming now around the house. So now my dad, he's like, he's going to pop up and he's going to come home. And then he'll go back to the firehouse, right? So it's 911 emergency. He on his way. So she like, you know what? Y'all dad is coming. And he going to deal with y'all because I'm telling you, if I got to deal with y'all, I'm going to be under the jail. I'm not playing. And I know you know where Marky at. Now, here's the deal. Why am I getting in trouble? What this got to do with me? This got nothing at all. Not one red drop to do with Rody Dodie. Have nothing to do with Rashawn. I should be in the clear. So she like, you sure? You don't know where Marky at? I'm like, I'm sure. I did, but I'm sure. That ain't got nothing to do with me, Steven. So my mama like, okay, I'm going to wait for him. So she like, because he nowhere in this house. So she started going in the basement. She started opening up all the doors. She looking through the closet. She said, and did he want to play with me and sneak out at night? So all you hear is, boom, you hear a thump. Right? You hear a thump. Now, mind you, Caleb is a germophobic. He not letting nobody come from in the window in his bed. So you going to have to use that other side window so you can slide in and fall straight on the floor. That's just how Caleb rolled. He not going because he going to have to change the sheets. My mama say, now what? That's him. So she trying to figure out where the bump come from. Marky my mama is coming upstairs. I'm behind my mom. Marky don't know what's going on. He don't know what's going on. All he know is he got a way to get back in the window. Caleb, I don't think Caleb told him nothing because the way Marky walked out was so confident. He walked out and they both met heads. She say, Marky, I'm going to stand right here. You got all that space. When I run over there, I promise you, you're liable to go straight through Caleb's door. Now, I just left Caleb's room. I just left your room. I just left Rody Dodie's room. I went in the basement, the toy room. You went in the dining room. You went in the dining room closet. Where were you? And you only got one answer. This is life or death. I'm not finna play with you. So he looked, and I looked at him like, you know, like how you looking and you just like, please tell the truth. She know, like, I'm looking at him like, she knows, like, please look into my eyes. So he was like, I was in Caleb's room. My mama come on closer. She said, Marky, I just left Caleb's room. You was not in there. Now, mind you, Caleb's room is big, but it's cluttered with a lot of stuff. He got a refrigerator in the closet. It's nowhere you can hide in there. Not even under the bed. Side of the bed, yeah. But under the bed, no, he got stuff everywhere. So he like, I was sitting outside on the patio. What patio, Mark? So she come up closer. She say, don't move. You move, I'm going to take more steps up. Because I'm finna grab you up. So she say, Rody Dodie, you could go in your room. So I looked. Right behind her back. And I go in my room. Right? So all you hear is just like, no, ma, no. It seemed like he was getting dragged down the stairs. You hear a lot of smack. Like, you hear like a lot of smack. Like, don't hit me, don't hit me. You hear like a couple of smacks with it. So I'm like, is she? Because I cracked the door. Like, is she putting hands? Is she hitting or something? I didn't know what was happening. But when I talked to Mark, I would find out, right? So boom. My mama, she talking. Boom, my dad. I hear my dad's voice. So my dad, he comes in my room. He wakes me up. He comes in my room, cuts the light on. So I'm like, I just closed my eyes. I'm like, hey, he like, what's going on? I'm like, it's not me. He like, nah, he like, I heard that your mama been having to go up to the school lately. You're in trouble, you're in detention. I know we ain't been able to talk. He like, also I'm hearing she had to go to Brianna house. So I'm like telling him the tea, right? I broke it down and told him the whole tea. He remember Piper, so he cool, he very understanding. He just like, just chill, just be by yourself and do your own thing. Stop. And he like, you keep letting Marky get you in trouble. He like, I'm finna go down here and handle Marky. Boom, he go down there and handle Marky. I lay down now, boom, it's time for me to get back up in those next few hours. My mama is on it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, get up, because I'm telling you, we're going to have a problem, sir. Get up. So I get up. I'm like, she like, shower so you can get to that detention. You better not be late. Because it ain't nothing like being late but detention. Because when you be tardy, that's where you go, detention. So, boom. I get dressed. And I'll tell my mom, like, all right, I'm going to detention, right? So my mama like, you just got school today? Do you work today? Now, mind you, I'm supposed to have been off. Now, I took a picture. of the schedule, right? Miss Shirley had changed it and stuff like that. So I had showed. I'm like, yeah, I work today. So she like, okay, you're gonna come home first. Don't go there and go straight to work, because I don't trust you. You're gonna come home. So Marky come upstairs. She say, Marky, grab a bucket, a towel, get the mop, get the broom. So she like, cause you're gonna work for 8 hours. You're gonna clean this whole house. Now here's the deal. Our house was spick and clean. You could drop some off the floor and eat it. She cleaned every day. Floor stay polished, house stay maintenance. So it's like basically you put a carburetor on a new car. So like she just want to keep it. She want to keep it extra special, but she also wanted to torture him. So she looks at me. She said, you go to school, you come back. When you come back, then you go to work. Don't you go to school and go to work. You get that? So she kept repeating it. So I'm in the back of my mind like, okay, I got it. It's drilled in. It registered. I got it. So she looked at me. She said, have a good day. Boom. She said, and Roshan, and I looked before I shut the door. She said, if anything happened, once you come back to this domain, you better let me know before somebody else do. Because you thought your hands was on fire, which they was kind of swollen. She say, your whole body gonna go through a whole life change. You get me? And I looked at her, I said, she say, no, don't do this. Do you get me? And I said, yes. Before I got out the door, about to cry. So boom, I got out the door. I felt free. I'm like, whew, like I'm happy that I'm going to detention. I get to detention. I get to the school. It was easy success. No Roy, no Beth, no none. I get to the school. Boom, Piper is already in there. She the first one in there. So when I come, I'm like, she like, I waited for you. You was almost going to be late. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's just you. So then here come Brianna and the girl with the scar. So I look, so they said, so I look at Brianna. She don't speak to me now. Nothing. I don't speak to her. I'm not, if you ain't gonna speak to me, I ain't gonna speak to you. And plus, you know, I can't take this no more, right? I'm tired of you. I wanted to approach her like, yo, I'm still mad at you. Like, oof. So the girl with the sky looking like, here come the teacher. He like, welcome back. I hope you guys are ready to take a test. So the girl with the sky like, a test? In detention? Is it gonna go to a credit? He like, yeah, it will go to one of your credits. And so she like, but I'm good. So he like, but you can get in trouble and get credit points taken off. So she like, y'all just be wanting us to do anything. So he like, well, if you don't want to do nothing, we can send you to the principal office. She like, I don't need to go to the principal office. So she was just always a lot of this, right? So boom, I'm finishing my stuff. So she messing with Piper. She like, I promise you, the teacher gone. She like, I promise you, just by looking at somebody, I be want to smack them. So Piper look up. And so I'm sitting behind Piper. I turn her head. I said, I said, look at me. So she turned around. I say, don't worry about that. She like, well, I'm like, don't worry about that. And so I get up a little bit and then I kiss her right here. She like, and she rub me. She like, stop. Now I love when a woman just rub on me like that. She like, stop. So they like, you do not supposed, the girl with Scott like, you do not supposed to be kissing. I'm like, why you keep talking? You the only one talking to us. I'm like, ain't nobody even bothering you. She like, you always want to stick up for your girlfriend. The teacher come in. I'm like, hey, can you please tell her to stop talking to me? He like, look, we're not going to do this again. Nobody should be, matter of fact, I don't want nobody talking to nobody. Nobody shouldn't be talking to nobody. Nobody says nothing. All I want to hear is pen and paper or pencil and paper. So boom, we doing our stuff. Get done. Boom. Have a successful detention. It was a little rough. It was a little rough. Now we got one more day. So boom. As we leaving detention, I grab Piper's hand. I say, hey, let's go to the other door. Let's go to the other door. You feel me? Because they ain't finna be on our heels because they followed us the last time. So boom, we go out the other door. And so I'm like, I'll walk you to your bus. Sorry. She like, you're such a gentleman. I'm like, come here. So I give her a hug. I'm like, oh. So she like, what about the address? I'm like, oh, my bad. So I'm like, here. So I text her the address. I'm like, that's where I work at. She like, oh, I'm finna see what my boyfriend work at. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you gonna taste my chicken. I'm like, I'm gonna make you some chicken. She like, okay. I'm like, you like a lot of pollo or a little pollo? She like, depending on what kind of pollo it is. I'm like, oh, it's fried. I'm like, but it's You know, it's really good. So she was like, okay. I'm like, well, you want barbecue? She like, oh, I'm like, I'm gonna give you a little bit to sample. She like, stop. I used to love the way she treat me because it was so googly. Like, she just loved to touch me. Like, I got that a lot, but she was more passionate with hers. Boom, I walked up to her bus. Boom, she gone. I get on my bus. Boom, I get off my bus, make it home, right? Make it home. I see Beth just chilling. Every time we come up that cut, that's just like the hangout spot. So Beth saw me like, hey, how you a teenager still getting whoopings? So I'm just like, I just kept on walking. Boom, I get to the crib. My mama out there in the bar. I let her see me. I waited for a little bit. Let everything die down. I go straight downstairs. I knock on the door. Marky just sitting there looking lost, right? He opened the door. He like, he as soon as he opened, he sat down on the floor. He like, I'm like, bro, you good? He like, man, I've been cleaning all day. My back hurt, my hands hurt. She made me right. I'm like, what? He like, yeah. He like, this don't seem like our mama. I'm in my back of my bed like, boy, this is our mama. This is who God bless us with. This is us. This is us. This is it. This is your stop. You feel me? So he real hurt. He hurt real bad. So I was like, look, I want to tell you something. He like, what? I'm like, I got to work today. He like, okay. I'm like, but it's really not work. He like, so what is it? I'm like, they throwing a party for Kiki. I'm like, I wish you can come. So he like, maybe I can sneak out. I'm like, boy, you just like, she on your heels. I said, no, just stay here. I'm like, I'll let you know how it go. He like, bro, I'm like, no. He like, I don't care. I get another whipping. No, because if I get caught, you gonna get caught. She gonna think I dragged you in it. We not doing it, Benny. We not doing it, Benny. We not doing it. So he like, man, see, you finna, how you even got mom to say yeah? I'm like, I show her the schedule. Miss Shirley changed it for me. Now, only me and him know that. Only me and him know that, okay? Boom. I go upstairs. I shower. Get myself suited and booted for work. I go out there to the bar. I say, hey, Mom, I'm finna get ready to go to work. She said, okay. You know the routine. Bring Caleb's son back. All right, cool. It's nothing. So I go, give her a kiss, give her a hug. I leave. So as I'm walking, I'm starting to see people. I see the girl across the street named Ashley. So she like, Rody Dody, can you come in? So I'm like, now she was fine. She had long hair. She was fine, but she ain't had no body. This was fine, but her body was like all over the place. So she used to have a crush on me. So she like, you know, you my little boo. And I was like, oh yeah, what's up? She was like, Bev, I overheard Bev talking to Cynthia, and Bev was saying that she was gonna jump you. I'm like, what? She like, yeah, Bev said next time she see you, she gonna jump. She was trying to get me to fight you or pay me. And she like, she wanted Cynthia, but Cynthia not gonna do that because Cynthia and Cynthia mama is cool with your mama. And so Cynthia told her no. So I'm like, she was gonna try to jump me. So in my mind, I said, how about I get her first? Without even jump, however I gotta get her, I'm gonna get her. So I made sure I placed that in the back of my mind. I'm like, first off, thanks for telling me. That was 100 band. I felt like you had my back on that. Shout out to you on that one. You get some cool points. Boom. So I'm like, thank you. She like, I don't want no thank you. Give me a hug. Like, all right. So I give her a hug. She like, ooh, and you smell good. My mom comes out. She said, that better not be Rody Dody. And I let Ashley go. And so she said, I thought you had to work. I'm like, yeah. She said, and you were, Roshan, get to work. So I'm like, oh my, like, did she watch me? Because my mom, like, but our windows, it ain't like it had, like, drapes or blinds or nothing like that. They was windows that came all the way down. And they was like, they was open there. You could close them, but my mama kept them open majority of the time because can't nobody really see in. So now I'm embarrassed. I walk off. Now, my mom know I like the girl named Piper. I just sat up here and went through a whole situation of me like a Piper. So that was like, probably like, how you like the girl up there, but you up here hugging the girl across the street? But my mom don't know. So I was like, maybe I need to give my mom a tea so she could see where that hug was coming from. So boom, I get to work, right? So they like, I got on my work clothes though. So they looking like, you don't work today. I'm like, I know. So I walked on back there. And so I'm like, Miss Shirley. I went in her office. I'm like, Miss Shirley. She like, yeah. I'm like, what time everything start? I'm like, well, you want me to help? She like, no, you don't gotta help. She like, everything is gonna start at 9. She like, I'm gonna close the store early. So it's gonna be 9 p.m. She like, and then we'll do it until 11. She like, when we close. I'm like, oh, okay. I say, but I'm bringing my friend, okay? She like, that's fine. So she like, if you want, you can hang around here, you can hang in the back, or whatever you want to do, just be back at 9. I said, okay. So boom, in my mind, I'm like, I'm finna go kick it with Piper. I got time. I'm finna go kick it with Piper. So boom, I call Piper. I'm like, hey, I'm finna come see you. I'm like, we could probably just come together to the party together. She like, well, I gotta go do something with my mom for my grandma. She like, when do the party start? I'm like, at 9. She like, I could probably be there like at 9:40, but she like, I'm gonna leave in a couple of hours. I'm like, well, can I come see you real quick? She like, yeah, you can come see me. Boom, I go over there. I go see Piper. Now, we out there in the front on her porch. She's sitting in my lap. I'm kissing her. She bringing me fruit, something to drink, covering my face up, playing with me. We wrestling. She just being my girl, right? So we go in her room. She lay on my chest. She like, and she got a leg crossed. She like, I like you so much. We look so good together. I'm like, I say, that's true. You so fine. You so beautiful. You so pretty. She like, you always compliment me. And I'm looking at her and I was like, but you know you beautiful though, right? You know you beautiful. She like, but you fine too. So she kissing me. She like, you're mine and you're gonna stay mine. And no matter what happened, we gotta be together, right? She's like, no matter what happened, we gotta be together. So I'm like, come here, my Rapunzel, right? I'm like, let down your long hair. Boom, I always play with her. Boom. So she had to get ready to go. So her mom like, do you want us to drop you off? Her mom end up dropping me off, right? I tell them they can drop me off by the school. Boom. So something in my mind said, go to Brianna's house. Something in my mind say, go to Brianna's house. I'm making my way to Brianna's house, right? Ding dong. I rang the bell. True enough, she could be home because we're out of school right now. It's a little in the evening, so bing, bing. Her mama come to the door. I say, can I talk to you? She was like, your mom here? I'm like, no. I'm like, can it be just between us? She was like, okay. She like, you want to talk out here? You want to talk in the inside? I'm like, is Brianna here? She like, nah, she went out with some friends. I'm like, okay. So boom, I went in there and we sat in the living room. I say, I understand that we already talked about this, but I just feel like I just want to tell my side of the story. So she was like, okay. So I'm like, look, I really did like Brianna. I'm like, you already know. She like, yeah, about the boy giving another person. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but as we was going to school, she was always picking with me, her and this other girl, throwing stuff. I'm like, that last fight they got into that made us get detention is because she felt the need to run with her arm out and hit Piper up in the back of her head. They was fighting on the stairway. They was fighting everywhere. She was like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, Piper was coming out of her class. I'm like, but I feel like she don't tell the whole story, right? So I'm talking to her. She like, I'm glad that you told me this. I'm like, even when she came up to my work, she came up to my job, the girl with the scar, I'm telling her, she like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I never told on her, but I'm like, I was shocked because she was telling on me every chance she got. So she said, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, my mom would take me home and she would be like, sincerely like upset, like, because now she telling on me and my mama, I'm already in a heated trouble with my mom and she know how my mom is. So she was like, okay. She like, I understand. She like, I'm sorry. And I won't be calling your mom no more when it's a situation with y'all. I'm going to tell her y'all handle it. I said, okay. Boom. As I'm getting ready to walk out the door, I hit the block up, right? I hit the block up like, now normally I should be going this way, but I hit the block up because I know it's a store right there and I'm thirsty. I want a little juice. As I hit that block, I see her, another girl, the girl with the scar, and I see the dude that gave her the bracelet. Talking about, that's why I ain't talking to you. I'm like, bet it up. I'm cool. I'm good. I got a baddie. I'm good. I already knew. Like, that's why I ain't talking to you. Like, I know your type. So I went on ahead, I grabbed me a juice, I come out, she sees me. And so she locked eyes and I look at her, I said, right, like, bang, gotcha. So she look at me, I'm like, I'm doing all type of this. So she comes across the street. I'm like, no, don't come over here. So she come across. I'm like, what? She like, it's not what you think. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, what does that mean? Like, when you cheat or do something wrong or you get caught in something, it's not what you think. So what is it then? Because what I think, it looked like what it looked like. Like, what? I don't like when people say that. Stop it. Stop it. It is what it is. So boom. She trying to talk to me. She like, please listen to me. I'm like, let me go. She like, oh, I thought you didn't care. I'm like, I don't. You're following me. I'm like, I can't get juice. She like, you can't wait by my house to get juice. I'm like, for something else too. She like what? I'm like, don't worry about it. So now they coming across the street. The girl with the sky coming across the street. They all coming across the street. So I'm like, look, I ain't got time for your peoples, right? So the girl with the sky like, and what you doing over here? I'm like, why you care? I'm like, why you keep talking to me? Like, stop talking to me. So the dude like, you good, Brianna? I'm like, Brianna, your boyfriend asking is good. He like, that's not my girl. I'm like, yeah, if you say so. So boom, I walk off. She like, Roshan. I kept going across the street. So boom, this girl is following me across the street. So she telling like, y'all don't follow me. She tell her friends don't follow her. So I'm walking out like, man, I'm done. Boom, my burnout phone ringing. It's Piper. So I pick up on, hello? So she like, hey, I'll make sure I'm there no more than 9:30. I just wanted to let you know. I'm like, okay. And she like, I want to tell you something else. I'm like, what? She like, I really, really like you a lot. So as she's talking to me, Brianna like, Roshan. She like, who is that? I'm like, hey, let me call you back. I'm like, that's my mom. She calling me. And I just hurried up and hung up. You're not finna mess this up for me. That's my mom. That's my mom. Piper texts me like, it sound like you outside. She like, are you okay? What was your mom saying? So I'm like, okay, so she think that's my mom. So cool. So I ain't have to respond immediately. All of a sudden, Brianna comes as I'm putting the phone back in my pocket. She like, Roshan. I'm like, don't touch me. Stop. I'm like, it's done. I'm like, man, go be with your boyfriend. Go be with your friends. I gotta go. So she like, I love you. I'm like, you love me. I've been mad, upset at a dude that I think that you like. And you're basically hanging with him right now. She was like, he came to my house. The girl with the sky brung him, basically. The girl with the sky, her friend, brung him. I said, okay, and you couldn't tell him to leave? She like, I kind of did. So we walked up here so I can be able to say, hey guys, my mama called me and I gotta go. So I'm like, well, hope that work out for you. She like, really? I'm like, yeah, really. And I walk off, right? Boom. I walk off. I'm working my way back towards the store. Still got a couple of hours, but I'm going back, right? So as I go back, I see Roy, right? I see Roy, and I got his $300 for him. I see Roy, and I got his $300 for him. I'm tired of him. He talking smack like, he like, see, I would come over there across the street, but I know your mama gonna come out here for you. So I'm like, come across the street, let me see. He said, oh, you want to see? I'm like, yeah, come on, I want to see. Come on. So he comes across the street. So he like, what you want to see? I'm like, whatever you want to show me. Because I'm already mad. So he like, are you acting tough now? I'm like, come on. Come on, hit me. I want you to. He like, nah, that's too easy. He like, I want you to put up a fight. I'm like, here go your 300. He like, yeah. I'm like, but if I give you this 300, you better leave me and my brother alone. He like, that's all I want. He like, and I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm like, bet. I'm like, let's fist pump on it. He like, I'm not fist pump. I'm like, well, I'm not giving you the $300, man. I said, let's fist pump on it. He like, all right. So he fist pump on it. I'm like, here. And he took it from me. He like, all right, cool. I'm like, cool. So I'm like, you don't say nothing to my brother? He won't say nothing to you. I'll talk to him. I say, don't mess with me, and I ain't gonna mess with you. He like, but yeah, but what about you going to our crib? I'm like, we done. I didn't do nothing. We done. You ain't got no proof. He like, all right, we done. I'm like, all right, so boom, we walk away. Now remember, keep it in the back of your mind. Keep it in the back of your mind. We fist pump. I gave him 300. We said we done. We locked in. So we locked in, twin. So we should be good. We should be copacetic. Boom, he walks off. I go back to the store, right? Now, Kiki is not there. It's Yo-Yo, it's the register girl, and pretty much everybody else is coming, right? Kiki did an early morning shift and left. So Miss Shirley is getting the store together. So she's like, help me, honey. So I'm helping her put up the balloons, put up everything, right? Customers are still coming in. So it's starting to get around that time. So the register girl like, hey, can we speak for a second? I'm like, what's up? She like, privately. So Yo-Yo like, where y'all dipping off to? I'm like, where you and your boyfriend from the real spot go? So she like, you always do the most. I'm like, it's good that you made it to work. She like, because I didn't have no choice. I'm like, the employee award goes to Yo-Yo. So she like, I promise you, I do not like you. I'm like, dang, like, what did I do? So I go talk to the registered girl on the side. I'm like, so I'm leaning on the wall. I'm like, what's up? She like, well, I know that I was mad at you, and I wanted to say I'm sorry for the way that I came at you. I know I came a little bit disrespectful. I still got the shirt, and I really want you to have that Stewie shirt. I'm like, I can't keep that shirt. I'm like, it was a nice thought, but I'm like, I got a girlfriend. And I'm like, I wouldn't feel right wearing that shirt, knowing that you gave it to me. And she like, but she don't gotta know. I'm like, yeah. She like, you could just keep it in your locker. I'm like, nah. That was one of the reasons, but the second reason was because you was coming at me all crazy, rude, you know what I'm saying? Like, not understanding. So, nah, you can have that shirt back, sweetheart. Like, I don't want none of that. So she like, so we just gonna act like nothing happened. I'm like, you know, she like, y'all all the same. I'm like, come here. She like, don't touch me. I'm like, stop, come here. She like, what? I'm like, what do you mean by that? And Miss Shirley come over like, y'all okay? I'm like, yeah. She asked me a question. She like, okay, I'm just checking, but I need to get on this wall, y'all, excuse me. So we go on the other side. So I'm like, look, she like, can you just stop by the house tonight? I'm like, oh no. She like, tomorrow? I'm like, I work, I'm like, on my lunch tomorrow, or like when I get my break. I'm like, I'll come there. She like, okay. I'm like, all right. So boom, I go back to the back. Dave is the, he like, oh, we have an order, but I don't understand this order. So I'm like, let me see. So I look, I say, oh, they won't have chicken, have fish, but they had like half fish, half chicken. So he didn't understand because he never saw it like that. So he like, I got to do both. I'm like, anybody work with you? He like, nah. I'm like, I'm not finna, I did have my work uniform on. I ain't finna get in there, no. So he like, I don't know what to do. This dude went back there, got the fish, dropped the fish, then dropped the chicken. Now, fish don't take that long. That fish was so hard. It was like a hockey puck. So I had to go drop the fish for him. Boom. We get everything settling together. And it's showtime. We shut the store down. So Miss Shirley grabbed everybody like, thanks everybody for coming. I want to surprise Kiki. She's been with the company for a while. We want to show her a little love, so she don't know none of this is going on. So if you got gifts for her, y'all keep them out in the front or whatever. So everybody put gifts in the front. Now I got money. I'm gonna just give her money, right? So Piper texts me. Piper like, hey, I'll be there by now 45, close to 10. I'm like, okay. So 11 is over anyway. So I'm like, okay. So boom, she calls Kiki. Off her Miss Shirley called Miss Kiki off her cell phone, and she said, hey, can you please stop to the store? It's something important. And so Kiki said, oh, I just got home, I'm on my way. She like, just give me 10 minutes, because Kiki, mind you, remember, Kiki didn't live that far. That's why I didn't go to her crib today, because she said she stayed down that way by the register girl. You feel me? So boom, all the lights are off. She pulls up, all the lights are off. So she called me Shirley phone like, the store is closed. Mind you, we supposed to stay open until 11. So she like, is it? She says, see, is the door open for me? She say, no. But Shirley get on speakerphone. She like, no, it's no lights on or nothing. She said, try to just push the door open though and see is the door open. Maybe something happened. She say, but I'm scared. She say, well, I'm in the back. She say, just meet me. Just open the door and meet me. So she like, okay. So you, on the camera, you see her like, you felt like, Annie, is you okay? Is you okay, Annie? Annie, is you okay? Like, she pushed the door, and then we cut on the lights, and we was behind the thing, and we was like, surprise! And we busted through the door, and she saw all the stuff. She like, oh! We locked the door. She was looking amazing. She had on like a little mini skirt, her little top, her little belly out, you know what I'm saying, a little belly ring. She was, you know, because she was a little older, so I was like, dang. Whew, she was looking good. Her hair was, you know what I'm saying, had the curl, had it whipped long, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, dang, she looked good. So everybody like, happy birthday. So it's drinks back there, you know what I'm saying, because she was of age now. You know what I'm saying? So her yo do now. I couldn't have none, but I wanted some. So you know me. I'm going to sneak me some. When Miss Shirley dip out the back. Miss Shirley went, after Miss Shirley went to go get her gifts, boom, I had a shot. So we all just mingling and talking and just having fun. Everybody having fun. So they like drop some chicken. So we end up dropping chicken. It's cake. It's all type of stuff that we just having a good time, right? So I'm like, you look really nice. She like, thank you. So I'm like, man, I got to use the bathroom. I'm like, hey, y'all, watch my cup. I'm like, don't put nothing in my cup, right? So Miss Shirley wouldn't have known, like, it looked like juice because I had it mixed with pop. So she wouldn't have known that I was drinking. So boom, I goes to the bathroom. I use it. As I come out the stall and to go wash my hands, Kiki right there. So she like, hey, you. I'm like, hey, yeah, I didn't know. Everybody gave you their gift. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, happy birthday. She was like, oh, I gave her $100. She like, oh, you're so sweet. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, happy birthday though to you. I'm like, and you do. You look exquisite. You look outstanding. I'm like, you look amazing. Now, me, I'm a romantic guy. You feel me? But I was just like, oh, hold it down, bro. So boom, I give her stuff. She use it. I come out. I go back to the back. Boom, I'm chilling. So now I'm all the way in the back. I'm kind of texting Twin on my phone. So I see that I miss Raymond, so I'm hitting Raymond up. He like, yo, what you want? So I'm just talking to him like, yo, it's a party, you know, at my job. He like, oh, I should come. I'm like, well, we closed. They ain't gonna let nobody come in, right? So he like, hey, I saw your boy Roy. So I'm just texting back and forth like, you know, I get woo. So as I'm texting him, but I'm like leaning on our lockers in the back. And I got my head down. Somebody grabbed the phone and I look up, it was Kiki. So she like, so it's my birthday. I was like, give my phone. She like, no. I'm like, come on. She like, nope. I'm like, give my phone. She like, no. I'm like, give my phone. What you doing? She like, reach it. Now, she was a little taller, so I'm like, come on, we're not finna play. So she like, it's my birthday. I'm like, okay, it's your birthday. I know. So she like, I should be able to get a kiss. I'm like, what about a hug? Do a hug work? She like, nope. I'm like, so what you want me to do? She like, now mind you, I'm leaned back. On the locker. Okay? So I'm leaning back, and so she got the phone like this. So she comes, she put her breast like right here. So she like, give me a kiss. And I'm like, in my mind, like, oh my God. Oh my God, you're so beautiful with those eyes. So I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I got a girl. Like, my face was turning red. Like, I got a girl. Like, I have a girl. So she like, okay. It's just for fun. I'm like, get my phone. So my phone was ringing. So I'm like, look, my phone ringing. I'm like, let me get it. So she like, here. And so she lowered down a little bit, and I grabbed it, and she was like, So she like, oh, let me do it again. So I'm like, stop. So then I lean back, and so now this girl her tongue is basically in my throat. I'm like, no. I'm like, stop, we can't. And as I'm telling her, no, stop, and her lips was like, like it was coming off my lips. Piper, everybody that was back there, they hit the corner like, hey, she looked, and I'm back there like holding the phone in this girl's hand, and you could tell like something just happened. The kiss didn't get, you didn't see us kiss, but you could see that we was too close. We were just coming off something. And so Piper looked, and I'm like, Piper walked away. I'm like, Piper, I'm like, give my phone. So Piper walked, I'm like, Piper, baby. So Yo-Yo like, oh my God, y'all back there. So the rest of the girl like, I thought you had a girlfriend. I'm like, stop. I'm like, Piper, can y'all show me how to get out this door? She didn't know how to get out of our door from out the thing. I'm like, no. I'm like, come here. So Miss Shirley come like, okay, so is everybody here? Is we ready to cut the cake? So Piper like, no, I'm ready to go. So Miss Shirley looking like what happened? Because she just came from the back. So I'm like, this my boss. She like, okay, can somebody please just show me how to get? And I saw a tear come out. I'm like, I'll show you. So I showed her. And so Miss Shirley like, Roshan, I'm like, I'll be right back. So she like, don't touch me. I'm like, Piper like, don't touch me, please. I'm like, come here. So she leaves out the whole store. So I go behind her and I grab her. She falls down. I'm like, no, stop. She like, no, you played me. I'm like, I didn't. She like, who is that? Why was she in your face like that? What would y'all holding hands for? I'm like, she had my phone. She was just playing with me. She like you? I'm like, no. She like, let me go. I'm like, stop. I'm steady holding her. I'm like, look at me. So she turned around. I'm like, look at me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm like, look, everybody know that I have a girlfriend. I really like you. You're the only girl that I want to be with. I don't want to be with anyone else. I'm like, I was texting my friend. She came back there. I'm like, she started playing on my phone. She grabbed my phone. I tried to get my phone. She asked for a kiss. She like, asked for a kiss. I'm like, she asked for a kiss. I told her, no, I had a girlfriend. Everybody know I have a girlfriend. She like, and let me guess, you kissed her. I'm like, no. I'm like, my phone started ringing. I tried to grab it, and by the time I looked, she was kissing me. She kissed me. I didn't kiss her. She kissed you. I'm like, she kissed me. Piper looked at me, and from that, it was on. She said, she want to kiss you, and you mine. And she said, you told her that you had a girlfriend? I did. Now, you got to remember, she Puerto Rican. They look feisty. They look hot, man. She went inside that restaurant, and she say, can you tell that girl to come here? Not knowing that it's Kiki's birthday. It's her birthday. So Kiki comes, she eating a piece of cake. So she like talking to her through the glass. So she telling her, can you come here? So Kiki like talking to her through the vent thing that will be order, where people order it. She like, excuse me, she like, what you want? She like, I want to talk to you. Can you come out here? So Miss Shirley, now everybody coming. So Kiki say, I'll come out. Kiki came out. She said, yeah. She said, can we go outside? Piper said, can we go outside? She said, no, we're going to stand right here. She said, he said he had a girlfriend, right? She like, wait, what? She like, he said he had a girlfriend, right? She like, yeah. She like, this is my boyfriend. This is mine's, not yours. Find your own. She like, and look what that says about you. And he not staying here. I don't care who party it is. She like, well, it's my party. She say, well, happy birthday to you, but this my boyfriend. Find your own. Straight like that. And she like, do she get anything else of yours, Roshan? And I was like, no. She like, did you give her anything for her birthday? I'm like, just $100. She like, give my man his $100 back. And so she said, no, girl, you sound crazy, and tried to walk off. Piper said, give my boyfriend. I straight grabbed her. So Kiki said, you touch me again, I'm gonna lay you out. Piper said, baby, I'm not worried about you. So Miss Shirley come out like, hold on, what is going on? What is happening? Roshan. I'm like, Nothing. I cannot tell her that I was in another situation where it's an employee and it's a situation with us and it's a dating situation. I didn't want to come like that. So I said, it's nothing. I'm like, my girlfriend is just upset about something. So Piper say, yeah, that people want my boyfriend. So Kiki like, nobody want your boyfriend. She said, that ain't what it look like when I just came around that corner. So Miss Shirley like, what happened? So Kiki straight gave me the 100. And so my girlfriend was like, thank you. Here, babe, put it in your pocket. I put it in my pocket. So she say, now can we go? Because you're not staying here at the party. So Miss Shirley like, well, you said you was going to stay. It's just until 11. And so Piper say, no, we can't stay. And so Miss Shirley looked at me and I'm like, that was the time I had to think. Miss Shirley always had my back. So I looked at Piper. I said, I got to stay. Can you stay with me? So she like, okay, I'll stay. I'm like, all right, so boom, we come. So Kiki like, well, I'm gonna leave. So Miss Shirley like, look, everybody stop. Let's enjoy. We only got a few minutes to hang. Can we just hang and have fun? I put all this together. So boom, Piper is like holding my hand, laying on me. She just got me in the corner in the cut. I didn't touch nothing. Time progressed. It's time for us to go, right? So as we leave, I'm like, I asked Piper straight up, like, how you gonna get home? She like, my mom, she on her way. I'm like, okay, boom, her mom pulls up. So I give her a hug. And she like, I'm mad at you. I'm like, we're gonna talk. She like, I'm gonna call you when I get home. I'm like, all right. So she give me a kiss, boom, she gone. Now I'm walking home. Now I see Roy. He don't say nothing to me. Boom, but he following me. He still ain't saying nothing. So I'm like, all right. But you know like how when somebody following you and you just keep looking back? So I just keep looking back. So he like, hey, where your brother at? So I'm like, so now I'm starting to walk faster. I make it on my block. Boom, as I hit my block, I see Raymond. So when Raymond see me, he like, hey, I need to talk to you. He like, you know what's going around that Beth trying to jump you.